Hello and welcome to Tarot Card Readings for the Rich and Famous. This is episode 6, and this reading is for Betty White. Because I love you. And you've changed my life. So, the first deck is my Luminous Spirit deck, and we're going to look at your past and see how things fell for you. Personally, within you, not what the public eye could see. These readings are definitely a thank you. So, I thank you. Okay, card number 1 is the Knight of Cups. Oh, okay, we're going to pick the rest from these. This one's calling me. Wow, you have so many cups. This is good. And then you have 3 pentacles. Whoop. All right, let's jump right into this. It's allergy season in Ohio. I'd rather be out in Beverly Hills with you. I love California. I'm a big fan of San Diego. Nine of Cups. So in your past, Betty White, the very first card for your reading is the Knight of Cups. It talks about satisfaction, emotional stability, and luxury. It says, after a long journey, the Knight of Cups symbolizes the finding of self-satisfaction. The emotional journey of the Cups is starting to come to a close after the volatile ups and downs you faced in the earlier numbers of the Suit of Cups. It said you struggled to find purpose and joy after a loss or losses, and you have tasted the different things that life has to offer. So you left comfort in order to find greater heights. Now that's pretty perfect. I can see this happening in your life. It says here you found them with this Knight of Cups, and you were indulging yourself as you celebrated this new stage of your life. Next we have the Four of Cups. I'm a water sign, so I totally like water. These cups are my thing. When I pull cups, this is messages that are very important for you. The Four of Cups tells us, it talks about apathy, contemplation, and disconnectedness. So your thoughts turned a little inward. And slowly, without warning, your contemplative moments were transformed into a sense of disconnectedness, even apathy. For a while there, the external world was not giving you the joy that you were seeking. You were having trouble seeing the beauty in what life was presenting to you. The flowers and fruits, it says. The gifts of nature turned sour and rotten in a way for you personally in your own life. They sort of looked like decay at times. And I know you've had several marriages and things like that. You know, my absolute favorite movie of yours is the Proposal. I absolutely love the way that you're doing the dance out there to the fire. I love your sense of humor. You are an inspiration for me. And many, many people thank you so much for what you do, have done. Okay, so finally in your past, you got the Three of Pentacles. And none of these are reversals. I'm really not surprised. This means we're going to get their full definition, the full meaning out of them. So the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork, collaboration, and building. And how good for it to fall there, because we were just talking about, like, you knew you had to step out of your zone, and then, because things were not just like, you knew you could do more, and just regular life wasn't making you happy, you needed to help more, and you did, and I'm thankful for that. So the Three of Pentacles is a card of building, of collaboration, and of growth. You were at a time in your life where it required you to use your different talents and energies to construct something larger. And this could only be achieved with collaboration. Each unit relied on the other in order to accomplish the larger task. This card is the realization of the limits, of the limitations of working alone. You realize that by working together, steadily, with diligence, you could reach your goal. It does say, it says, do not rush, there's still much to learn from the other forces around you. But you are on a great start. So this is what was happening then, in your past. Maybe this is before you became super famous and a legend, an icon. Somebody that I would like to be like. But you gave us hope. You did. You made me laugh. They picked you for so many great roles. Okay, so right now, currently, in your very present moments, because you are an enlightened being, obviously, you are one of the ones who has changed the world. You get the Nine of Wands first. Next, you get the Devil in reverse. Not a bad thing. It's talking about some change. And then, or lack thereof, it's in reverse. And finally, for your present, you get that card. I like that card. It's the Four of Swords. And I'm going to tell you what they mean. Real quickly here, I'm trying to keep these short and sweet instead of long and raunchy. Tarot card readings can really go there when you give yourself to the people that you're reading for. It's all about self-help. And so we do have to dig deep and talk about some things that are unpleasant sometimes in our readings. And that's a little hard and painful for everyone. But this is a very pleasant reading so far. Currently, for Betty White, you have the Nine of Wands. Okay. These 9s and 10s are always cards of completion. And your very first card was the Nine of Cups. That was for your past. Now, in your future, you're getting the Nine of Wands. So it's talking about the intentions being sent. The energy is in motion. It says intentions are powerful and the... Oh, shoot. That's the 8. But those words were meant to be read by me to you. Sorry about that. It's odd because that's my card, one of my cards. And I like its meaning, so keep those words in mind also. All right, this is talking about breaking barriers. It's talking about new ground. It says moving into the unknown, uncharted territory. The figure moves through a gate into the unknown. The bandage on his head implies the history and challenges he has endured. And I'm sure you've been through much with such a well-rounded career like you have. It says, regardless of your struggles, you continue to move forth. You move into a foreign space that you have never entered before. You are doing that now. You are trepidatious and nervous, yet the rewards await you. So do not give up hope. There is more to come, and this is a really good card for you at this point in your life. It says, it isn't over yet. I like that so much. Okay, the next card that you get, and this is the very middle card of the reading, and so this is a pretty important card. This is your present now moments. And it's the Devil, but that's not scary to me. In reverse. Keep that in mind, that's specific. In reverse. It's going to change its meaning completely. Okay, so it's saying that you're having an inability to discern right from wrong right now or having some confusion going on, this could be touching so many different areas of your life. By the way, there's some old habits that you had and they're no longer holding you down. You have evolved. I'm so not surprised that you would get a card telling you that you've evolved. But it says past, you've moved past some of the rules that were created by others. Almost like into a different realm of being. So old rules no longer apply to you. And I would imagine this is the case in your life right now. So it's making a lot of sense to me. I try and keep too many of the personal stuff, like the out of the details, but I think that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the very last card for your now present moment is the Four of Swords. Well, this is like the Buddhist card. I love this card. It talks about like balancing our chakras and stuff and really being mindful of so much different types of information and just being able to like sit with it. And let me find it in here so I can read what they said. Because I do like to give a lot of credit to the makers of the cards and the meanings that they intend for them, not just what I feel. Okay, the Four of Swords. It talks about your stability of mind and you trust your own thoughts and calculations. It talks about a peaceful rest. So, you know, you don't have to work as hard as you used to, so this is good. Fours in tarot always imply a stable base, which you do have. It's the place where the energy of the suits evens out, becomes real, and manifests into the world. You helped, you healed, and what you're manifesting now is like a peace of mind with this card. Oh my gosh, that's the next thing. Okay, it says the Four of Swords is the peace of mind of knowing what you know and not doubting yourself. The effigy of the knight lay in rest in a quiet tomb reflective of the sleep of the dead. It is the sanctuary of sacred space. So you have created a sanctuary of and for yourself, and you have a space where you can just go back through everything that's happened throughout your career. And each and every time you think a beautiful thought about something that happened to you in your past, it spreads through the collective, and we get to feel it too. It's very cool. So you're doing more now, and still without, you don't even have to do anything, but maybe you're going to do more, so we'll see what happens here. I kind of think that you're going to collaborate in some kind of way to help and heal us more, because it's what you were born to do, change the world. So for your future, oops, we'll take the 10. And I have to add this one too. Oh, we get one more. This will be so fun. And another. Okay, we got 3 court cards and 3 court card meanings. I do not like the follow-ups for any of these, but we're going to make light of what they mean together. So these first ones are you, and I'm going to read through them very quickly. Each one of them is describing you. In your state of life in 2020, we have the Prince of Swords. Oh, wrong device. This is a good old-fashioned device that I absolutely like more anyways. Okay, let's find our swords. Prince of Swords. Isn't that like a movie, like a name, The Prince of Swords? So you're the airy part of air. A young intellectual man is how it's described on here, full of ideas and designs. This could be somebody in your life that you're very close with, or that is influencing you. Domineering, intensely clever, but unstable. They are elusive, impressionable, and they are influenced by harsh, malicious, plotting, unreliable, and fanatic. Okay, as I'm reading this, I'm getting this is not you, it is somebody else in your life. Because this person is giving you worry. They're making you worry. It could be a family member or a loved one or a business colleague. Because it's followed up with the Five of Discs, which says worry, intense strain, inactivity, financial loss, professional setbacks, monetary anxiety, poverty, and is influenced by labor, real estate, and business acumen. See, I'm totally right there because this person's causing some strain. And if it's not for you, it is for somebody in your family, or it's business stuff. And I'm sure you are an avid business person yourself, but I would imagine that there's some other people that are sort of controlling a lot of that for you in your life. And you might be giving them those responsibilities to help them. But let's talk about this middle card here. This is the Knight of Cups for your future. This is another, we're describing a person card. And it will be followed up with what their action is. The Knight of Cups is the fiery part of water. A man with commitment issues. Amiable but passive. Attracted to excitement. Unsustainable enthusiasm. Sensitive but shallow. This person is influenced, it says, by sensual and idle. Untruthful, prone to depression and drug abuse. I'm going to leave this one without describing a lot of what I think and know about what that means for you. This card is for you. You understand who this person is and what this means. If this person continues the way they are continuing, they get the Ten of Swords, which is ruin. And this card says ruin, faulty reasoning, death, failure, disruption, clever, eloquent but impertinent person. Spiritually, it may herald the end of delusion. I will mention that end part is the part that I'm highlighting the most, that is giving me the most meaning. There's some delusion that's going on, and it's going to end in the most profound way. It says bye-bye. That's why the word death was there. And then these other negative aspects do not continue. The last describing card of a person is the Princess of Wands. Wands is before this. This is the earthy part of fire. So we have another fire. An energetic young woman, individualistic, brilliant and daring, expressive in love and anger, enthusiastic, superficial, theatrical, shallow, cruel, unreliable, and faithless. It doesn't sound like a very positive card, but there's really positive ways that you can spin this information. So, I mean, it does say this person's brilliant and daring, expressive in love and anger, and enthusiastic. As a young woman, you were these characteristics. The energetic young woman, they made you individualistic. So, as an actress, you do have to be a little superficial at times. And it talks about theatrical. So, there's a lot of other things that come with these jobs and these. Okay, I wanted to mention that at the very bottom here we have a 10 in the middle, which is like a completion card. So that is coming to an end, but we have 5s on each side. So what's happening with the first card I mentioned for the future and what's happening with this last card here for the future, these are things that are going to continue in your future, pretty much like forever. So in life we just learn to work with certain things and we do not let them embody everything that becomes like part of who we are. I'm saying this because all 3 of these cards are describing who you are. not you specifically maybe, but people in your life as well. So I think it's saying learn to live with that worry, that financial stuff over here, that business stuff. It's gonna remain, and it's just our viewpoint on how we see things. So here's another watch out for card for your future. It says disappointment, and it's the 5 of Cups. It is these cards. Anything that's negative. This deck is a more, I guess you would call it like a morbid version of some of the things that happen in life, but these are realities. They're part of what's going on and what exists. We cannot avoid them unless we want to feel the bad ways. So I don't think you're a person who wants to feel that way. I see the love in what you do. So these are just warning cards for this is stuff that's just part of life that you're going to kind of have to learn to like live with and work with. It's not negative in any way. We have to go within so much throughout our lives. And really it's the best place to be. So this 5 of Cups says disappointment. So it talks about some unexpected disturbances. There will be some misfortune and heartache. It says unkindness from friends. So it's saying it's coming from the outside. There will be some betrayal and resentment, a little bit of sadness and regret. Because when people do us wrong, or when we lose control over certain areas in our life, it just happens that we regret what it could have been. So don't linger on that. You know, just go back to these wonderful aspects and things that make you you, because you are a higher being than the people in your life, and that's not always the easiest thing. They're not going to see things the same way. They don't have the same life purpose. You have done wonderful things for this world, and it's beautiful to me that there's going to be some closure to some of this ruin that was taking place and will be taking place. And the disappointment and the worry on the side are just things to come to terms with, because there's so many beautiful things around at the exact same time. And that's just life. You've had a great life. And I'm so super thankful and grateful for everything that you've done with your career and how much you've healed and helped the world. You are super awesome, and I love you, Betty White. Stay grateful, stay thankful, and you'll be blessed. So much love. Namaste from MJ. This was episode number 6 of Tarot Card Readings, or my favorite rich and famous people. Love you, Betty White.